So I'm a priest for the Diocese of Joliet, and the Diocese of Joliet, a diocese is a region, and in the Diocese of Joliet, there's over 100 Catholic parishes, and so I fall under the Diocese of Joliet under Bishop, right now, Bishop Dennis Spees. Our previous bishop just became and was named the Archbishop of New York City, Bishop Ronald Hicks. So he placed me here at Our Lady of Mercy. It's a 6-year term. I'm finishing my 4th year. I can renew it for another 6, God willing. So I could be here for another 2 to 8 years to serve this community, the people within their Catholic needs, from sacramental life to various ministries to leading this community in the way that the Lord has prompted in my heart and in the community's heart. We look forward to working with, of course, our parishioners to then add the various ministries. We have, various services that we offer, like we help out with Hesed House, we work with Bridges, which works with single moms in DuPage County, we do Aurora Interfaith Food Pantry, we're working with Our Lady of Angels in the city, we do a mission trip to Guatemala, with our adults, and then we have our high school mission trip, which uses Catholic Heart Work Camp. So we try to do those balances. And then, of course, we're implementing prayer life. So it comes from the sacraments, from adoration. So we have an adoration chapel where people are praying throughout the day, which is a beautiful gift. And then offering, we usually have about 2 daily masses a day. And then on the weekends, we have, of course, our vigil mass at 4, and then 4 masses on Sunday. So that's our liturgy. And then we have catechesis and instruction. So throughout the week, we'll have various things from Bible study, so going deeper into scriptures, to going into various topics and various devotions. Also are ways for people to grow in their faith. Parishes to serve within certain boundaries. So we actually have, I can show you maybe the map of it later, but it's like, here is the boundaries of Our Lady of Mercy Parish. Now, as a parish, we're responsible to serving within that community. When it goes to the outside part of like, how do you serve DuPage County, Will County, Kendall County, all these other counties or various communities, that usually comes from the diocese, where we have Catholic Charities through the diocese, and various other organizations that are more responsible for those things. Now, it doesn't prevent us from doing various outreaches, like Hesed House falls technically in the Rockford Diocese, but we have a community that will cook a meal, basically dinner, breakfast, lunch, and dinner once a month, and then we volunteer other days to help out other communities who struggle with getting volunteers. Blessed, where we're pretty vibrant. We get about around 2,500 people a weekend to come to our weekend liturgies. Over Easter was about 4,500, so an extra 2,000 just because it was Christmas, Easter. Those usually pop higher numbers. But however, you have 2,500 people come in and we just share with them, here are the ministries that we're doing, and if you're interested. So the parish was established in 1988. And the crazy thing for me is I grew up in Naperville. And when we moved to Naperville in 84, I went to St. Raphael's Catholic Parish. Naperville was a very small, you could call it maybe a town, smaller town, a lot more farmland. And then it just continued to develop and build, and houses and subdivisions. And so as Naperville began to grow, as Aurora began to grow, as there continued to be an expansion of buildings, then all of a sudden the need for a new parish to expand its boundaries was needed, especially as people continued to move further and further west, right? So there was a priest of the Diocese of Joliet who was given permission to begin a community. I think the initial title, I always have to look it up, of the parish started with a simple name. It was like the Fox Valley, what was it? The Catholic community of Fox Valley. Of course, we have Fox Valley Mall right down the road. So that was the initial welcoming of trying to get a community together. And it said Catholic Parish Community of Aurora, Naperville, Elola, welcome. And so there was a need to start to build it. And then from that, getting a contingent group of people from the area around this location, they started offering Mass at the Wabanzi Auditorium. And so everyone joked it's St. Wabanzi Catholic Church, because we were doing Mass in the auditorium. We were renting the space. And then once they got enough money, they did their part. The first founding pastor, Father Tivy, they basically raised the money to build the church. And it was beautiful, because to take on and build a building from nothing with no one, to like get a community behind it, then you had to ask them to like put money behind it. So people like pledged tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We had to take a big loan, and it took a while for that loan to be paid off. But right now, everything, our parish, our chapel, our church is paid off. Our parish center is paid off, and that just happened 2 years ago, where we paid off the parish center finally. So church was built in 97. The parish center was built in 2005, and we just paid off the loan within 20 years. So now it's kind of beautiful to see, wow, from nothing, from a small group of people dedicating to a community that many of them have either moved in retirement or the Lord has called home. Like the foundation that they established is kind of beautiful.